I've been getting paid, I've been getting weight. Tell me all your secrets, I'ma take them to the grave. I ain't gonna lie, I don't wanna wait. We can book a flight out later today. Where'd you wanna go? Where'd you wanna stay? We was in the shadow, now we're coming out to play. Anything you need, you just gotta say, baby girl, come roll with the sugar daddy.
Girl, you look good, I don't wanna lie. You know I wanna fuck, but I don't wanna try. I'll take you to Dubai, put you in the sky. Money on a plate, girl, I know you wanna ride. I'll make you feel nice, get a little high. But if I'm on the grind, then I probably won't reply. I'm the type of guy, bitches on the side. I'ma spend the money, we can spend a little time. All you gotta do is ask me, and I can make you look classy. Second that you walk past me, I turned the whip around, I had to get you in my backseat. See, they call me Mr. Plenty, plenty. Check the leather on the Bentley. Show your friends will get friendly. Maybe I could be your sugar daddy, yeah.
Cause I'm all about the money, money. Maybe I could be a sugar daddy, daddy, yeah. I ain't in a hurry, hurry. Those the only thing that I'ma marry, marry, yeah. I know you got problems, baby. I know you feel stressed on the daily. So let me put your body into flex mode. Giddy up, let's go, baby. I've been getting paid, I've been getting weight. Tell me all your secrets, I'ma take them to the grave. I ain't gonna lie, I don't wanna wait. We can book a flight out later today. Where'd you wanna go? Where'd you wanna stay? We was in the shadow, now we're coming out to play. Anything you need, you just gotta say, baby girl, come roll with your sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, yeah. Hey, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, yeah. Hey.
Who's your girl? Tell me she's your friend. Put her in the car, I got money I can spend. Give it a whirl, I'll have 2 sugar babies. I got everything you need, I can handle 2 ladies. Look lately, see the back of my Mercedes. Couple bitches, that's another reason for the fed to hate me. Cause I've been getting money on the daily. I can be your sugar daddy, sugar lady, yup.
Cause I'm all about the money, money. Maybe I could be a sugar daddy, daddy, yeah. I ain't in a hurry, hurry. Those the only thing that I'ma marry.
Hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another unofficial H3 waiting room. Did he just say he's the sugar baby? Did he just say that at the end there?
Look lately, see the back of my Mercedes. Couple bitches, that's another reason for the fed to hate me. Cause I've been getting money on the daily. I can be your sugar daddy, sugar lady.
Or sugar lady. He's gonna be the sugar lady. This is good stuff, Andrew. We love to hear it. But, yeah, we have a few things to look at today. Some stuff from Reddit, some stuff on YouTube. But as always, we like to start with a few little goofs and gaffes from Instagram. Let's just jump right into it. We don't want to get too behind. Am I right? You can't believe I cut off Andrew. I had to alpha Tate real quick. You know what I mean? Ooh. supposed to write a paper for English about a learning experience I've experienced. I do not want to lore dump to my teacher because should I just make something up? Yeah, make something up. It'll get your creative writing chops in tune. It's gonna be a fun week. Ooh, how fun can it be? Did we hear that? Let me make sure I get it right. Yeah, because there was the Russia had a big attack on Kiev. I heard about that the other day. I was like, oh shit. And they want to act like it's not a big deal, but okay. I'm sorry. Let's get into it. We have some Instagram posts to look at. But yes, fun week. Look at this guy. He's having a fun week already.
Ninja claw climbing with ninja claws and ninja spikes. Go get yours.
Would you guys purchase these? What do you think?
Stop.
Personally, I think if it was me, I could do it. Now, I know I might be, thinking too highly of myself, but I think that he just really didn't put his full heart into it. He wasn't trying. Where's the soundboard? What are you talking about?
These just came in, different sizes compared to the other 4 rubber ninja stars, so we're going to test them out right here on these cans.
I didn't watch this far into the video. He should have made this 2 different videos. You have the possibility of making more content, getting more views, driving more traction to your account, my friend. Come on, J. Colt. I know you've got it in you.
Why today you gonna do that?
Ninja claw climbing with ninja claws.
I like that it didn't show the ending. Here's the thing. Do I think that he's skilled? No. Do I think he could become skilled? Yes. All it takes is dedication to ninjutsu and, a real... What was it that we heard the other day? Full-throatedness. You got to do it full-throated, my friend. Why is the kid so close? Don't worry, he's out of range.
And ninja spikes. Go get yours.
Yeah, we got to get there first, though. One sec. We'll get back.
Stop. Ninja claw climbing with ninja claws and ninja spikes. Go get yours.
Oh, wait. Did he replay? Wait. I think this video is this clip, the Ninja Star clip, and then he plays this clip again. So when it loops, it ends up playing this clip twice. Or plays it 3 times. Or... I guess in a single succession of trying to get back to the Ninja Stars, we have to watch this 3 times. Come on, man. The hug technique really wasn't it, I have to admit. You are not the taxi driver, my friend.
Stop.
Is he trying to climb the tree? That was my first impression, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's not trying to Maybe he's not trying to climb the tree. He's trying to do something else and just show off some other kind of technique. Professional tree hugging. When I first saw this video made me crack up. I was impressed.
These just came in, different sizes compared to the other 4 rubber Ninja Stars, so we're gonna test them out right here on these cans.
Oh, they're rubber. See, he has nothing to worry about. He can have his son literally on the other side of the cans.
Why today you gotta do that?
Why today you gotta do that? And see, he's like, Dad, come on. This isn't worth it. I want to go play. You're making us record your videos for you. Are these full cans too? I didn't notice the first time. Because he hit that one. But it only knocked over, like, it barely knocked over, honestly. Is he throwing these at full cans? Hey, at least he's not drinking, you know? He's not drinking midday while watching the kids. He's just throwing Ninja Stars around them instead. Right at head level, too. This kid really is, like, the perfect height to just get whipped by one. He was super close and fucking missed that one. Come on, man. You gotta get your Ninja Star skills up. I don't know why he ran around like that. He wanted us to wait.
Ninja claw climbing was
He wanted us to wait, but then he didn't even show us if he made it or not. He must have missed.
Ninja claws and ninja spikes. Go get yours.
See, I really just want to see if I'm right about the looping.
Stop. Ninja claw climbing.
No, he is. Yeah, okay. Whoever, I don't know how he did this when he was editing this video together, but somehow he put together this clip, the Ninja Star clip, and then this clip again in sequence. Beautiful stuff. Only J. Colt could get that done. Oh, I think J. Colt just posted this. Well, J. Colt, you're not Taxi Driver either. See, I like when it's the real accounts. I need to find that guy's real account now. I'm pretty sure this is her real account. One day I was worshiping and this came straight from heaven. I haven't played it since. I want you to all, be ready. Prepare yourself. Maybe sit down, because what you're about to hear comes straight from the Lord God. It comes straight from heaven, played through this woman. You've heard of speaking in tongues. Ricky, tiki, ta, 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 all that jazz. But have you ever heard it coming through the fingertips? Well, here's what it sounds like. I just read this comment, me in 3rd grade pretending to be famous. There's some good stuff on here. Or wait, is this their page? Now I'm questioning this. He's actually pretty good.
This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had a roast beef.
Now this is a legend.
This little piggy had none. little piggy went wee all the way home, wee all the way home, home.
We always love some acoustic. Jesus set me free.
When I was a young one, I longed to be loved. I was bad to get attention.
You know
And
what?
as loud as they come, so lost and so ashamed. Completely bound, tired of playing games. I fell right down on my knees.
I'm not a
and
Christian
I
rock kind of
prayed.
person, but
Jesus set me free. Jesus set me free.
I'm just surprised that this is all coming from the same person as... I put this link in. I think this is her Cash App. I think you put her Cash App in. It's so funny. But I went to her YouTube channel and there's this.
I have a chihuahua. Some call her Lacey. Some call her Pee-wee. Hi Chihuahua, I Chihuahua. Hi Chihuahua, I Chihuahua. Hi Chihuahua, I Chihuahua. Pee-wee, oh. Hi Chihuahua, I Chihuahua.
Honestly, they're pretty good. They're pretty good songs. I'm starting to believe that maybe she did actually get overwhelmed by the Lord, and this is truly what came out of it. She's probably a great pianist. Like, look at this. Like, this thing's got MIDI controls. This is a great board here. I felt that one. I really did. Call me crazy. Well, this song is currently unavailable. Okay, I need to leave this. Oh, wait.
Amazing grace. Thank you, Jesus. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Who's sitting down right now?
that
Un-American. Truly un-American.
wretch like me.
You're my breath.
They like singing to Pee-wee a lot. Some legends out here. I truly love it. And I want her to feel the Lord more so that she can give us more songs straight from heaven. But in the meantime, we have to get other music from Faith Barbie. Has anyone heard of Faith Barbie? Anybody at all?
Bow, 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 bow.
Spend a day with me as a Barbie, living in the hood.
Garbage now.
POV just turned 40 and decided to pursue your rap career. Can I just say, am I the only one that actually does get upset when people use POV wrong? If this was the POV, we would be looking through your eyes. This would be POV, you're filming for a 40-year-old who decided to pursue their rap career. I almost called it a crap career. My bad.
Bow, 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 bow. And you know that I'm up now. Stay down, then come up. Put my wrist up, bust down, AP. Look at my wrist. Bow, bow, bow. And you know that I'm up now. Stay down, then come up. Put my wrist up, bust down, AP. Look at my wrist, bust down, AP.
See, if you're going to film a music video, you have to have the energy for it. You got to be ready to go for the whole song. This is what came out of it, though.
Spend a day with me as a Barbie, living in the hood.
They really made some magic. She could have probably done this without the green screen, honestly. Like, why does this part look so bad if they did this all on green screen?
Bow, 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 bow. And you know that I'm up now. Stay down, then come up. Look my wrist up, bust down, AP. Look at my wrist. Bow, bow, bow. And you know.
Bow, 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 am I right? I think that's her only song she has out. Got to give her some credit, you know? This was something that was really interesting. Does anyone know this song?
We're waiting every night to finally roam and invite newcomers to play with us. For many years we've been all alone. We're forced to be still and play the same songs we've known since that day. An imposter took our life away. Now we're stuck here to decay. Please let us get in, don't lock us away. We're not like what you're thinking.
Now everybody knows that's Frankie Boy. That's the voice of that's the beautiful voice of Frank Sinatra. Singing the Five Nights at Freddy's song. I don't know which one. It's one of them. But this is on. I'm really confused by this. For a few reasons. Okay, that's why. It's because there is a Sinatra page. That's the official one. But then this one just posts actual Sinatra stuff, because the official one is just called Sinatra. That's 1.2 million. Because this one only has 37K. But the confusing part is I can't find it on any of these on any of its like uploads. Is it this one? No. Most of them are literally just uploads of actual performances or, you know, just other things with Sinatra. There's only 35 posts. But then for some reason this is still like this is getting fed to people. A lot of people. And people were saying apparently the Gmod Instagram had a similar thing happen at some point. It's old Blue Eyes, so true. Where's the Rat Pack? Where's the Rat Pack? Why does it have the check mark? This not on Instagram. Can't you buy it too? Isn't that how it works? Verified September 2025. The verified badge means an account has been verified based on their activity across our products and information or documents they provide. Some verified accounts are owned by a notable person, brand, or entity, while others are meta-verified. So this is probably just a meta-verification. But having just the official Frank Sinatra, they're lucky that people just go to the actual Sinatra page, because that's pretty good. All or nothing, or nothing at all. Okay, they are just memeing on here. See, but these are just actual Frank Sinatra songs. Like, I did go through a few of the posts.
Really a part of me.
Like, these are actually just Frank Sinatra songs, which makes it ever more confusing when they're posting fever dreams on the story. Because, like, it's clearly a Frank Sinatra fan of some kind. But I don't know what kind, to be completely honest. This song better not get a copyright claim on this video. The FNAF song with Frank Sinatra singing it.
Waiting every night to finally roam and invite newcomers to play with us. For many years we've been all alone. We're forced to be still and play the same songs we've known since that date. An imposter took our life away. Now we're stuck here to decay. Please let us get in, don't lock us.
You know what it makes me think of? I don't know what that song in the story is called, but I recognize it from like every video talking about like Fallout New Vegas. But Frank, are you hitting in Argentina? I believe it. Frank's in Cuba with Tupac. But yeah, it's not the real official Sinatra page, but I do find it weird that even a fan page would be posting this kind of stuff. And again, it's weird that it's not coming up on the actual account. That's the part that I find odd. But shout out at Frank Sinatra, go follow. Go follow for more. This was something a little interesting. This is the dark shadowed one. So at first I was like, oh, is this just someone doing a skit, right? Clearly a skit. That song is from an album that goes through the phases of dementia. Is that what it is? I literally only know it because of like The Caretaker, Everywhere at the End of Time. Should I go to the end? Stage 6? Did you listen to the full 6 hours and 30, or how long is it actually? Did you listen to the full 6 hours and 30 minutes? If you didn't, then you're a fake fan. You're a fake The Caretaker fan. But I thought this was just a skit, but it turns out it's somebody giving a bit of a commentary on the skit. Think Pyrocynical. Leafy is here. That's like the people that they bring up in the video. Doing the character-based commentaries. Similar to that. They definitely use an AI voice too, which I have to say, the voice itself sounds pretty good. They should keep it.
I grew up on Leafy's here in iDubbbz.
Who TF that blood?
I'm pretty...
Who TF that blood? So true. Who are Leafy and iDubbbz? Never heard of him.
sure I have thicker skin than everyone at this table.
Thicker skin than everyone else at your table. That's a nice myth to tell yourself. But let's be real. No one's immune to pain. Just better at hiding the bruises. What you...
Let's be real. No one's immune to pain. You only get better at hiding the bruises. What you call thick skin might just be scar tissue. That was a cough that went into a cry. I saved it there. Scar tissue that I wish you saw. I haven't missed to know it all. I want you 'cause I miss you 'cause of to stay. It's a lonely view. I do not remember the lyrics to that song at all. But Scar Tissue by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You call thick skin might just be scar tissue, and pretending you're untouchable doesn't make you stronger. It just makes you quieter about the damage. We all bleed. Some of us just do it in black ink. Way to go, bro. You got the whole squad laughing. Nah, I joke. They really just think you're not funny.
Yeah, I grew up on Leafies here in iDubbbz.
Who TF'd that blood?
I'm pretty sure I have thicker skin than everyone at this table.
Thicker skin than everyone else at your table. That's a nice myth to tell yourself. But let's be real, no one's immune to pain, just better at hiding the bruises. What you call thick skin might just be scar tissue, and pretending you're untouchable doesn't make you stronger. It just makes you quieter about the damage. We all bleed. Some of us just do it in black ink.
Is this all they do? Oh. He really hates this guy's content, I guess.
Hey man, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, I guess.
What you got planned today, man? You having like birthday cake or something?
What's that? What's birthday cake?
What? You don't know what a birthday cake is? It's a frosted bribe we feed ourselves to sweeten the taste of mortality. Candles lit, like tiny funeral pyres for the years we'll never get back. Well, that was either an accident or the prologue to a very twisted story. Either way, I'd start praying it wasn't flammable.
Hey man.
I wonder if he understands that he's doing a joke about he's doing an XXX Tentacion joke, isn't he? Tentacion, whatever. Right? Because there's that clip of him being like, "What's a father?" Let me see. Mom, I'm scared.
Do you have any relationship with your father?
What's that? What's a father?
Do you have any relationship with your father?
What's that? What's a father?
Do you?
He's so raw, so real. So raw, so thick, so uncut. Wait, what? Have you guys seen I Got a Store in My Trunk? If you guys haven't seen I Got a Store in My Trunk, go follow I Got a Store in My Trunk. This is not a paid advertisement.
I put a stove in my trunk. I put a stove in my trunk. I put a stove in my trunk. I said I put a stove in my trunk. Shit, I got famous Oreos, chocolate chip, peanut butter, nutter butter, oatmeal pie, Skittles, Starburst, grill mint, fruit snack, Cracker Jack, cheese hits. Oh, that nigga lit. I got moon pies, honey buns, granola bars, and chewing gum. I got moon pies and honey buns, granola bars, and chewing gum. Just 2 quarters, $5, 10 nickel, 50 penny, cash up and cash out. Most definitely on the map. And no cap. Hey, I got 1 quarter for y'all, 1 quarter, 1 quarter only. Tell them, fella. Would y'all like anything? Would y'all like anything? Would y'all like anything? Would y'all like anything? I know that right. Yeah, I'm just stocking up. I put a store.
I like the idea he just starts talking. Yeah, I'm just stocking up. Just stocking up real quick. It doesn't sound like he was joking about the father thing. I don't think he was. No, he definitely wasn't joking when he said, "What's a father?" That was back before he became all like, See, honestly, X was one of the funniest, XXX Tentacion, energy.
What is the point of music? It's not always to have fun. It's not always to have fun. Sometimes it's to help people find themselves, because music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? At 15 years old, I was doing sound engineering. So I was playing with frequency. I was playing with equalizers. I figured out that hertz is to understand the frequency vibration, right? There's hertz, kilohertz, megahertz. If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, like, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
I'm gonna hit you with the brown note, make you shit yourself. Real talk. Real talk. Don't make me do it to you. But yes, that was I got a store in my trunk. What a legend. Facts are facts. 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 Facts are facts. 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 No, I was a huge fan of X. See, I was into the early see, he was an early contributor to what would eventually become the scream rap genre. He sounded serious in that clip too. No, he's being 100% serious. Trust me, Alex, he's being 100% serious. I was trying to find one. I swear there was one where he was saying like, we need to send all our energy so that we need to send all of our vibrations so that we can break up the hurricane. I swear that was him that said that. Hurricane break. Oh no. I'm trying to go onto Reddit, but I really just want to see that part of that video. Or was that him? Maybe that was that Soulja Boy? Now I'm thinking about that. Maybe that was somebody else.
Reporting live from...
No, see, that's him talking about a hurricane. He was a little off the rocker there at the end, and then got murdered in his car while after going and looking at a motorcycle, going to buy a motorcycle. Crazy stuff. And some people think it was because of Drake? Question mark. Little ties there. But we'll move on to Reddit. Sorry, we'll hop off that. Unnecessary. But we have a couple things from the Reddit that I'd like to look at. This was the first thing that I saw, and I think this is crazy. The person who posted this, shout out, and they said, "I'm not sure if the mods will allow this, but people in the comments of this TikTok are saying that the Anne Frank story is fake. What's wrong with people?" And then the video is, "I just went down this Helen Keller rabbit hole, and yeah, I think we were lied to. I was trying to give it a pass until they said she flew a plane. Now people are saying look into Anne Frank. My whole childhood can't be a lie. Can it?" And it's so crazy because, like, the whole Anne Frank's diary is altered or whatever is literally just anti-Semitic, like, talking points, because the only things that were ever, like, changed from her diary was her father talks about, like, her like getting her period and stuff because she was a young girl writing in her diary, and then also conflicts that she had, like feelings, like bad feelings that she had about her mother and other people that were in the annex with them. And it was kind of just like, it's just like a stupid point anyways, because even if there are certain things that like were, because it wasn't even anything was changed, it was literally he just took certain little bits out, but the full official like undoctored version or whatever has been released since, and like you can read the full thing. And even so, even if you wanted to say that this one piece is fake or whatever, there's still like so many other accounts and stories of different things. Anne Frank is just the most like notable because of the context of it happening. I feel like it's the most spread purely because it's like the least connected to the actual atrocities. It has like the looming presence, but is told through this unknowing perspective, which I think is kind of what draws more interest, especially for younger, like to show younger audiences and stuff. But yeah, it's stupid, crazy shit. And to compare that to Helen Keller, because the whole thing about Helen Keller too is just it's all just dumb. It's a joke. She didn't fly the plane herself. She wasn't up there like. It's like anything. It's like when we say that Helen Keller believed in eugenics. Eugenics was like a concept that was spread like by intellectuals and stuff when it started. It wasn't even like a like, obviously it's wrong and it's bad, but it's weird to act as though it was like a out of the norm for the time. It's certain people take a joke and they really try and run with it. Had the privilege of touring the annex. Incredibly quiet, strange experience. You could see where they took height measurements on the wall, and her stickers are still there. That's really interesting. See, I've obviously never been, but the only thing I've really know about it is that one story of Justin Bieber going and saying that she would have been a believer. Yeah, it's that too. I've also heard it's very easy to fly a plane apart from takeoff and landing, and obviously emergencies. Like, yeah, if you have a co-pilot, you basically can't fuck up. I'm pretty sure. Like, obviously, if you just nosedive it down, but I think that they could probably override it if necessary. I think that's kind of the point of having multiple pilots. Helen Keller invented "I can't believe it's not butter." Cap and Quasar will talk about something and drop a random knowledge nuke. Try to, you know. Try and just throw out the random tidbits of information that I half-ass know. But we move on. We continue. This comes from Glock and my Rari 420. Shout out. Just found someone admitting to calling CPS. This was kind of interesting. So someone made a post, you know, some TikTok about Ethan. I guess this is the TikTok. Do I really care all that much? Let's see.
Hey guys, I wanted to talk about Ethan Klein real quick. And let me preface this by saying, no, I am not accusing anybody of anything. I'm just merely pointing out some coincidence.
Oh my god, this is literally about the pedo troll Reddit. His fantasies. Because that's why they're saying to call CPS. Someone call them again. I did, LOL. No, because not even on a malicious level, if someone had that type of stuff posted online and confirmed they wrote it and has kids, yeah, I don't follow any of the drama. I called after the account discovered. I don't play about children. If you see something, say something. I didn't know that they... We don't need to look at... Oh god, I just need to click on it. We don't need to look at what this guy looks like. Is that his account? Okay, it was actually his account. I just needed to make sure that they were actually showing him, but... yeah. Usual suspects, as some would say. Not trying to be rude. We don't like to make fun of appearances. I heart my unibrow. Hey, it's a style choice, man. Live by it. But I also just think it's weird. I mean, see something, say something. Definitely. True. 100%. Valid. You're seeing something online that's very different. And also, stuff that was made when he didn't have children and has no relation to his actual children. JB and Anne Frank's house was wild because at the same time, The Fault in Our Stars was super popular, and part of it also takes part in the Anne Frank house. Wait, it does? I never saw that. I never saw that movie. Or wasn't it a book first? Is that the one where they have cancer? Yeah, where like the girl has cancer or whatever. Or whatever cancer, but didn't mean to do that, but I didn't know that there was a part in the Anne Frank house. Wow. It was really culturally relevant at the point when JB said she would be a believer. I hold on to my twisted fantasies for 15 years straight too. Me too, Alex. It's so true. You read the book, The Fault in Our Stars? Pfft. Okay, Alex. Okay. The main characters kiss at the end. Spoiler. Or not in the end, you just said in it. Spoiler still. Book and film made me cry my heart out. See, I do like heart-wrenching movies. They do get me. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Anytime I think of like media that's made me cry, I always think of the goofiest examples, which are usually from when I was a kid. But like I remember one of the first like pieces of media that made me cry was Gary Come Home from SpongeBob, and I literally never even had a pet up to that point. But it was just I was already feeling empathy. When did that episode come out? How old was I? Gary Come Home. I really felt empathy for SpongeBob. 2005. I was 4 years old. When I was 4 years old watching SpongeBob, I was like, oh God, Gary, SpongeBob misses you. What can I say? I didn't have to wait till being 30. I still wouldn't have empathy. Damn. Imagine the stuff I'd be saying if I was iDubbbz. I have to watch the deleted scenes from The Fault in Our Stars. Okay, you said that it takes place in the Anne Frank house. Did they actually film on location? Like, did they film on site? Or did they just rebuild it? Because I think either one of those is kind of an interesting aspect to the movie. I developed empathy at 4. Nice. So true. Ahead of the game. The author wanted to self-insert himself in the movie, but it was so bad he got cut. How did he self-insert himself? He just walks up. He goes, "Hey, it's me." Wait, who's the author? Or isn't it, wait, it's what's his name, right? Yeah, it's John Green. Yeah. John Green was like... That makes it even funnier. John Green wanted to be in the movie. He walks out. Dear Hank. I had a friend who was a huge fan, so it's been on my watch list and to read list. One thing I was thinking about talking about soon... Wow, that was kind of a mouthful. One thing I was thinking about talking about soon. Cool. But it's on the Hank and John, whatever their YouTube channel is called. I think it was John, talked about his view on religion. My religion. And then I saw an interesting counterpoint from like do you call him a monk? I don't know. One of those hardcore devout Catholics who wear the robes. What does he consider himself? I don't know. I subscribe to his channel. I need to find it. I'd have to find it, whatever. But basically, it was just to talk about religion, and I thought it was kind of interesting. I follow, their posts every once in a while, Hank and John Green. But I think that more, I've seen more of the, like, crash course content than anything. He got better at acting and got to be in his newest book adaptation. Good stuff. No, it's not a priest. It's not like a bishop or an act. Are they just monks? I guess he was a monk. He was a Catholic monk. What do they call the... Are called... Let's just call him a friar because it's funnier. there are Christian monks, because I know there's Christian monks. I just didn't know that would be like just the generic term for them. I thought that would be like a specific not like sect, but a specific like a lifestyle or whatever. I guess it is a lifestyle, but housing and stuff. But I guess I don't know about this guy's housing. Maybe he is just a monk.
Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday. Over on...
Good morning, John.
Yeah, see. Breaking in the habit. Yes, I subscribed to his account because I was trying to remember this. So this guy. And I disagreed with some of the stuff he was saying, but I thought the overall point... He made a good video about atheists that I thought was funny. It was called Why I Prefer Atheists, which I thought was a kind of an interesting video, just about the perspectives of Christians versus atheists and the openness to religious thought. But yeah, I guess he's just a real life monk. He's not cosplaying. This is just how he dresses. But back to what we were on, sorry. Back to the Reddit. I opened the comments on the community post and was a little shocked. Videos like this are the reason there's an influx of Destiny fans in the audience. Also, Hasan hate vids are boring. Y'all have talked about him for years now. I just skip or mute during it, to be honest.
Why do people keep saying Superman Hasan Superhero W?
Ethan's killing the channel and turning off his fan base that's built him to where he is by hyper-fixating on Hasan, iDubbbz, Denim, etc. Channel used to get 40k live viewers every episode, yada yada yada. I love the pod, but I wish it had more goofs and gaffs instead of Hasan content. I find this point so dumb, purely because the whole point of having the VODs is to separate the Warzone stuff. Like, that's the whole point. Someone just honked. But, and we still are getting goofs and gaffs. And I saw somebody saying what they should do is separate it and do... I honestly, I don't think it's a terrible idea, but I don't think it would work to what this person is assuming how it would work. Because basically what they were saying was they should have on the H3 podcast channel, have it just be like the jokey haha stuff, and then have like H3 TV channel or something similar that would work as the Warzone stuff. And I think that's an interesting concept, but the only reason I don't think it would work is because that's literally assuming, I guess it's all H3 TV, but it's that would all be assuming that like the audience would like transfer over to that new channel, when in reality some people just wouldn't care and wouldn't go watch it at all. So I don't know. I think that if you don't like a video, don't watch it. I don't understand why people need their feeds to be like hyper hyper curated. You know, it doesn't make any sense. If you don't want to watch something, don't watch it. I like that they're now splitting it up to where the lives are a bit more kind of jokey, cool, little fun stuff here and there. But I don't know. It's like trying to split it up more and more is literally dividing. It's splitting up the audience base, the fan base. It's the same thing as if somebody wants to then like dual stream on Twitch, like, or on Kick or on anything else. It's not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but you are separating the audience, and I don't know. It's also like you want people to be there for you wholly, like for all of the content that you make. I might not watch every piece of everything, but and I do for H3 specifically, but I'm saying in general, one might not watch every piece of every like uploaded content, like every uploaded video, but that doesn't mean that I don't know that it should be separated, because I don't know, you wouldn't click it regardless. So why does it matter if it's on another channel or not? No, I like the VOD setup so much. Subreddit is always kind of reactionary. Well, I did see people that were literally saying, what do we think are solutions for the new VOD scheduling and stuff? And I was like, guys, first of all, you don't get to come up with the solution. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's not up to anyone. That's not up to me. That's not up to anyone on the Reddit. That's not up to any individual to come up with how they decide to upload content. We can have an opinion on it, but trying to come up with solutions for it, it's getting into that parasocial territory that I don't really like. What up, Big Pimps? Happy H3 Day. Welcome into chat, the girl with a microphone. Big ups, big ups. Guamily. But yeah, I've been seeing quite a few people talking about this, so I kind of wanted to bring it up too. Literally every top comment is whining about Ethan talking about Hasan too much. I know most people probably just said a new VOD and kept scrolling, but this was wild to me. I mean, obviously some of these are going to be snarkers that come in and just like anything that's kind of in opposition to anything the show's doing. But I do think that anybody kind of having these, I don't think dissenting opinions are are necessarily bad, but the upload schedule in itself is so it's kind of an arbitrary thing to care about in general. I mean, as members, we are co-producers of the show. Co-producers. Well, that's the thing. I don't think that saying that you like something or dislike something is bad. I think that it really is just weird to me that I just saw the post that someone made. I don't think they're a weird person, but I do think it's a little weird to go, what does everyone think is a good solution for this? But let's talk about Fantano coming for Lonerbox on Israel-Palestine, and he got cooked. So true. The needle drop guy? What? He can't even... We expect him to have I wish I knew more of his ratings so I could just call a rating out specifically. Bro, we expect him to give us a valid commentary or any type of political... We expect the guy to give us valid political commentary when he can't even give us good music commentary? I mean, come on. That was the best I got. Sorry. I wish I knew more about his actual ratings, because I know people shit on him for his ratings. And he became super popular for a bit, purely because he just did music reviews consistently and would review anything that came out. And I don't think that they're all bad, but I don't think that he's some super high level music critic. And even if he was some high level music critic, I don't see why that would give him any space to talk about Israel-Palestine. Not that anyone does necessarily, but I don't know. It's just kind of funny to see these comments coming specifically from Anthony Fantano. But again, I hate Twitter. Got to figure out how to read this. So Gato Fumador said, the not really pro-Israel trio, bombing hospitals is not a war crime guy. So I'm pretty sure this is talking about Lonerbox, because what Lonerbox's point is everybody says they bombed, Israel bombed a hospital. That's a war crime under international law. Lonerbox pointed out that under international law, it specifically outlines that hospitals can become valid military targets when used for purposes of, I don't remember if it's specifically hiding militarization, but if it's used in that, because people do outposts everywhere. Just because you're doing an outpost at a hospital doesn't mean that the hospital is always going to be protected forever. There would be certain restrictions thereon put that you would have to work within. But again, I don't know the full context of it, but I'm pretty sure that's basically what he was talking about. And so it's just stupid to be like, bombing hospitals is not a war crime. Well, it's like anything's kind of conditional in terms of what is a crime and what isn't. But those doctors all lied. The sniped toddlers were probably tweens guy. I don't know what this one is specifically. I always see people say stuff like this. And from what I've heard is when I've talked to people online, they'll go, he said this, and then I'll go, where did he say this? Then they will say, oh, he took down the VOD and took it back, but he actually said this, and so I'm wondering what, I think I found it at one point and it wasn't that bad. But regardless, I'm pretty sure that he's taken back any of these naughty points that he's had. Every time someone like him comes out as a Hasan supporter, know nothing reactionary, it really shocks me. I had no idea how many people are so uncritically and purely stupid. It's really kind of shocking. I do find it interesting because is it just about being part of like the in crowd? What happened to being counterculture? Whatever happened to that? I don't give a fuck what anybody's opinion is. I'm saying what's on my mind. Fantano got called out by Fader for his shitpost channel with memes from 4chan and hard pivoted to prove he's a hardcore lefty. Like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares that you were, like, posting racist fucking memes on 4chan. I mean, we care, but it's just like... like, you don't have to fucking try and die on some hill to try and prove that you're not a racist, dog. Just be like, I was being edgy. My bad. And people will move on. Eventually. That is kind of crazy, though. What was he posting? But I did think this was kind of funny. The toddlers guy isn't just a dude doing an elaborate Destiny cosplay parody bit. I think that alone is kind of funny. Because I've always said that Lonerbox looks like a perfect fusion of Hasan and Destiny. That's what he looks like to me. He looks like if Hasan and Destiny got married and then decided to adopt a child that looked a shocking amount like them. But it continues. Anthony Fantano asks, What are his positions? And Lonerbox said, 1. I support a Palestinian state. 2. I don't like Hamas, Bibi, Hezbollah, or the Houthis. 3. Still have faith in Marwan Baghdadi. 4. Don't think it's wise to try and destroy Israel. 5. Enjoy classical guitar and indie alternative. 6. Never said the N-word. Always up for a conversation on my stream if you have any more questions, I guess. LOL. And this is pretty funny because he's clearly like kind of fucking with him. He's given a few like genuine points, but then just kind of being like, whatever, bro. And for some reason, Anthony Fantano decided to reply with, might want to work this term into your second draft. Genocide. The deliberate killing of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group. It's so funny because if you break down what Israel is doing, it would not fit this fucking definition that you're saying. Like, that's not the aim. That might be a product of it. Like, literally, that might quite literally be the product of it. But if it's not the direct aim, then it's not considered genocide. And that's why people like Bernie Sanders, Sam Cedar, other people that for some reason they're like, they're starting to fracture from them, but have always kind of hid behind. People like Bernie Sanders and Sam Cedar have said that is a legal definition. that is also usually like used after the fact. Like you kind of like figure out that it was a genocide retrospectively, looking at all the facts that you have afterwards. So like it's just it is purity testing in its purest form. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's so stupid. Because this like what is that really where the bar is just if you call it a genocide or not? Because it's just so dumb. The thing that always gets me is it's one thing to speak so confidently on dumb shit like KSI or Taylor Swift, but all these people who instantly ride for literal terrorists because TikTok says so. It just makes me lose so much hope in humanity's collective intelligence. I mean, I've never had hope for the collective intelligence of humanity. I've always had hope for like some kind of wholeness, you know? That the idea that things will always work out in some kind of yin-yang way. My fave, Ethanism. My eyes rolled all the way to my ass crack. So true. Maybe I need to soundbite that one. That would be a good one. What about this?
Chad is right. Chad is right. I'm disabled.
But then in reply to Anthony Fantano saying this, but again, I just think it's so dumb to use this purity testing. But then Lonerbox replied, fuck. I'm sorry. Maybe I can explain. Clueless purity testing our word. Bad Lonerbox. Now I'm purity testing you. But I don't know. It's just kind of we've got to... Here's the way I think about it, right? Have I used the R word? Yes. Have I used it in recent time? I won't lie, yes. I don't use it online. I don't use it, but I have used it in my, just in one-to-one talking with people. I can't lie about that. I'm trying to work it out of my vocabulary. Clearly, I don't use it on stream. But the one thing I also think is that you should probably espouse values that you know that you yourself might not be able to uphold fully. You know what I mean? Just because I have violent thoughts, I want to hurt people, doesn't mean that I shouldn't tell people that it's wrong to hurt people. You know what I mean? It's not about not having heinous, evil thoughts. It's about understanding that they're wrong. But, sorry, I digress. Clueless purity testing R words, like you, should be avoided like the fucking plague. No amount of placating will ever satisfy you because what you're doing is not politics. The only thing you build with your kind of exclusionary bullshit is a cult. People like this aren't in the conversation out of curiosity or a desire to change anything. The Middle East only exists to them as a means of moral self-aggrandizement, which is why, for all the presence they've amassed on social media, they've been utterly useless for the people they pretend to care about. At best, they may have slightly contributed to boosting Hamas's morale with some, mostly symbolic, victories in the propaganda war, and given them a reason to keep fighting whilst Gazans pay the price for their actions. You can bully half the planet into screaming genocide, and it won't move you an inch closer to solving the conflict. Decolonize yourself, dumb. See you next Tuesday. I don't care about... I thought you said I don't. They don't care about Palestine. What is important is watermelon emojis harassing Israelis who don't accept the draft and say free Palestine, but if you have a Jewish family, it doesn't count. Yeah, it's just really weird. And then I saw this, and this is why I wanted to bring this up specifically, because shout out Bernie. I swear I keep subscribing to this account. I've subscribed to it a few times now. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, because YouTube just decides to unsubscribe you all the time. But people are in this comment section. We'll talk about it. This is what Bernie said.
What's going on in Gaza?
Sorry, this video is called No More Military Aid to Israel by Bernie Sanders. And here's what Bernie Sanders had to say.
What's going on in Gaza right now is literally unspeakable. We're talking about some 62,000 people minimum who've already been killed, the majority of whom are women, children, and the elderly. We're talking about not just about 140,000 people who have been injured. Again, that's probably an undercount. We're talking not just about the complete destruction of the infrastructure in Gaza, that is housing, water systems, wastewater plants, schools, universities, you name it. I mean, it's all been destroyed. Now what we're talking about is a blockade on the part of the Israeli military, which is preventing food from coming in, and hundreds of people are starving to death. So we're now at a level of barbarism, of starving of children. I have worked for the last many months in trying to prevent any more U.S. military aid going through the Netanyahu government to continue this destruction of the Palestinian people. We are making some progress. The last vote we had a pretty good majority of Democrats opposing U.S. military aid to Netanyahu, 0 Republicans. But let me be very clear. We are not going to stop. We're going to continue to move forward. The American people are with us, and let's do everything we can to get not only more Democrats on board, but to get some Republicans on board as well. The truth of the matter is very few Americans believe that it makes any sense from a moral perspective, economic perspective, whatever, to put billions and billions of dollars into a government that is starving children. So let's go forward together. Let's end this horrible disaster. Let's end American complicity in this slaughter. Thank you.
And then the comments are filled with things like this. Say the word, Bernie. Stop beating around the bush. It is a genocide. Please call it a genocide, Bernie. We need your support. Not calling a genocide is bad. Call it a genocide, Bernie. It's a genocide. Call it a genocide. He's literally speaking about stopping the military. Like he's talking about stopping military aid, and they're literally going, "You're not calling it a genocide, though. You're not calling it a It actually is so infuriating. It is because this is the point he's making, is that you are not willing to bridge any gaps. You are not willing to actually make the effort to try and bring people over to your side. What you want to do is divide, and it's so stupid. It's so dumb. I'm sorry, I'm crashing out. I'm just like literally like it makes me. What a totally reasonable policy proposal that is full of empathy for the innocents caught on both sides of this horrible conflict. I'm sure no one would have a problem with it whatsoever. It's just so crazy. It's actually insane. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. They really need their buzzwords. It's the easiest way to moral grandstand and not actually have to think or do anything. While waiting for a doctor's appointment and H3. Well, glad I can help you with both. And yeah, this is literally Lonerbox versus Fantano. This is literally what it is. And this is why it's so dumb. And that's why I wanted to bring this video up too, though, because I feel like it shows through Fantano and Lonerbox and through Bernie in this comment section, it just shows that this issue is so divisive when we're all like agreeing, where we all literally agree, but they want to make it like some other issue. And I don't get it. I don't know why. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't matter what it's called as long as we all agree that it needs to stop immediately. Like, why does it matter who's calling? Like, I was in my comment section, I was having this argument with somebody, and they said, and I tried to bridge the gap by saying this. I don't need to agree. One of us can think that Israel is a terrorist group, and the other can think Hamas is a terrorist group. That shouldn't matter as long as we can agree that what Israel is doing should be stopped. But then at the same time, that what Hamas is doing, they should be held accountable for. And then they kept beating around that bush, being like, well, but you have to admit that like Israel has the power though, right? And it's like, yeah, okay. Does that change what I just fucking said? But you have to admit though that Israel is the one in control, right? Like they're the ones that could just like, with a snap of their fingers, with one email, with one AOL email, Trump could end this overnight. But he's choosing not to. He is doing more than everyone crying about the one missing word combined, just so fucking performative. It's actually insane. But then I found this video. Well, I didn't find this video. This video was sent to me. Shout out the viewers. This is from Prada. It's only a day old, so brand new stuff. Remember to like and subscribe to Pada. Sorry, I said his name completely wrong. Pada plays. But this is the Hasan Piker effect. Ooh, spooky. Ah.
The radical left seems to be getting more depraved every day. Now, the latest display, the Young Turks contributor, Hasan Piker, going on this vulgar rant, mocking a wounded war vet for losing his eye fighting for our freedom in Afghanistan.
Hasan Piker has to be one of the most interesting online influencers I've ever come across. The more I look into him, the more confused I get.
Champagne socialist streamer Hasan Piker
says he was detained at a U.S. airport for hours this weekend and questioned by U.S. Customs and Border Protection about his political beliefs, specifically on Gaza and President Trump.
So I looked into this story. It turns out that Hasan Piker is a liar.
A Homeland Security official acknowledged the incident, telling us, quote, "This is nothing but lying for likes."
I honestly can't tell if he's an absolute genius who figured out how to build a following through emotions, or if he is just someone who's simply part of the outrage mob, but got a platform because of his natural charisma and wealth. On one...
I'm sorry, but like the charisma aspect, I think we need to nip it in the bud. I'll be okay with saying Hasan is attractive. Personally, not my type. But I'm fine with we can agree to disagree. Hasan's a hottie. But talking like levels of charisma, I don't think that Hasan comes off as charismatic at all. Not when talking to stream, and not when interacting with other people. Like when you see him like having people on his stream, or when he's on IRL streams and stuff. He doesn't come off as charismatic at all.
On one hand, he speaks with the confidence of someone who knows exactly what he is doing and saying, completely...
No, yeah, I'm surprised so many of you saw this video, or like at least got this pushed to you, because it has 69,000 views from a day ago.
Self-aware of the lies and deceit. But on the other, his worldview is so reactionary and shallow that I honestly can't tell if it's intentional strategy or self-deception. Maybe it's somehow both at the same time. This tension is exactly what fascinates me about him, and this is why I am making this video.
In my hometown recently, Palestinian protesters stopped the Pride Parade from occurring, and the LGBTQ+ community there is not happy, to say the least. It's just so weird, because if you reached out, like for certain things like that, I bet if they reached out before, they probably could have got like some kind of inclusion in the Pride Parade, you know what I mean? To like, you know what I mean? Like they probably could have figured out something. Obviously it doesn't fit the theme very much, but like the whole thing about Pride is about inclusion. So I feel like they probably would have figured out a way to make it work, but going and trying to just like overthrow it, like what's the point? Why is that your like why?
Because whether it's intentional manipulation or not, the result is the same. A massive online following built almost entirely on outrage, certainty, and a total rejection of nuance. An audience that, in my eyes, actually needs help. It is pretty clear that we live in a day where people are naturally drawn to confirmation bias. People just want to hear what confirms their beliefs at the expense of seeking truth. They want to hear from other people who carry the same hatred and perceived injustice on this world. And they want to hear someone who has solutions, sometimes not caring how extreme the solutions can be. And I believe this is what makes Hasan Piker so effective for a lot of people. He taps into...
I need to be honest, I will never understand why there is so much simping for all these Middle Eastern extremist groups that they literally hate us all and want us to all die or convert. Why does anyone go? Well, because the idea, I think, comes from they don't want everybody to die. They don't want you to die until they figure out that you're in true opposition to what they're trying to do. But I don't know. It's just they don't care. They don't care. Like they were going like big ups to Osama bin Laden, and they were like, didn't Denham's read his fucking letter too? And it's just like, how can you read it and be like, yeah, this it all makes sense. Watching him in interviews be like, hey, we're not aiming for civilians, but if they're there, we don't care. American, it doesn't fucking matter to us. That's literally what it's so stupid. They don't think. I don't think these people think. Or maybe they do think, and they're out thinking us.
To something very real people face, especially those with very strong victim mentalities. There is so much frustration, anger, and a need for clarity in this world for so many people, especially young people. But sadly, instead of his audience finding someone who guides them towards understanding, or even toward a desire to seek truth and healing, Hasan leads them toward a weird certainty on what they already believe, that they are justified to hate the world. Instead of encouraging thought, he rewards reaction. And this is so much easier for a lot of people to digest. Most people don't like to be told that they are wrong, but we all need to know that we can be wrong at times in our lives. We need to always try to kill the pride that is in us, and we need to stay teachable. And if we only surround ourselves with people that confirm what we already believe, hate what we already hate, and ostracize those who threaten to bring nuance or perspective into our lives, we are doing a major disservice to ourselves and those around us. Why? Because if we're not teachable, we stay stuck in life. No one knows everything, and if we believe we can't be wrong, then we have already failed in life. People respect those who can listen, reflect, and change when it matters. No one respects a leader who doesn't own his mistakes. So what happens when a creator builds their platform not on truth, but on tribal loyalty? Not on critical thinking, but emotional alignment? When the goal isn't actually to inform, but to affirm views, to constantly reinforce or grossly exaggerate what the audience already believes, already feels, and already wants to be true. Someone who so confidently lies because they know their audience won't try to seek the truth or hold.
To me, America simping over terrorists is wild, especially after 9/11. Like, there has never been a terrorist attack here, but I know that attacking civilians is not okay. I don't know. I have to say that it's become such like a cultural thing that like people like I'm trying to remember what the band is called. There's a band that I like that actually did use the Twin Towers burning as part of its like because like as like a cultural motif, you could say that it's like interesting to be like the destruction of the World Trade Center to try and take down the idea of us, like, you know, our international affairs and stuff, like to why can't I remember what it's called? Leftover crack, that's it. Or was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, they literally had an album called Fuck World Trade. There was this. So like culturally it's always been like a thing to not care. Like some people just don't care about this stuff. Like they just don't. And that is nihilistic on some level and kind of I don't even know what you call it. But it's obviously not good, but I think that that's still different from not caring about it or like thinking that the motif of like a bringing down the system is still different than supporting the groups that are actually doing the destruction. You know what I mean? Definitely not good. No, don't get me wrong. Punk rock, it goes a little too far. Look up all the oh god damn it, I can't remember what the band is called now. Wait, Ethan had a pod called Leftovers and did crack once. Oh my god. There's no such thing as a coincidence.
Hold them accountable to what they say. And also, I know this might sound naive, but I actually feel sorry for people who build an audience the way that Hasan has. Because what if, at some point, he wants to bring a level of nuance? What if he finally sees how much damage he has done? How he's helped push young, vulnerable people toward political extremism? What if he wants to change? I don't think he has any room to change and keep his platform at the same time. And I think he knows this, because if he tries to pivot, if he tries to speak with real complexity, the very audience he built will turn on him. He's trapped in the world he created. The system Hasan has built demands absolute consistency, and I believe that the system will eventually start devouring itself and the person who built it. Not just Hasan Piker, but what he represents. The influencer who becomes the prisoner of his own audience.
Palestinians have the legal ground to violently seize back their own homes from the settlers.
So for those who don't know who Hasan Piker is, let me introduce him quickly. Hasan started out as a contributor for the Young Turks, a progressive news outlet known for its left-wing slant and confrontational style. He quickly became a recognizable face, but not really due to deep policy insight, but because he was young, confident, and knew how to speak in a way that grabbed the attention of other young people. Eventually, he moved to Twitch, and that's where everything took off for him. Funny enough, he wasn't really offering detailed analysis or long-form breakdowns of politics. He was just reacting to news in real time, getting angry, making jokes, and keeping his audience emotionally engaged, all under the premise of being some self-proclaimed journalist.
Oh, that's it. I just remembered what it is. Okay. I was literally just looking up a bunch of different band names, but I remembered it. Or wait. Oh yeah, it was this one. This is the band's name. I'm not going to say it, but I'll put it up on screen. This is the band's name. All of their titles. I never liked this band because their songs also just suck. Like they're just garbage, like discography. But the titles are the most insane things ever. Off albums like Everyone Should Be Killed. God, there's so many songs on here. Honestly, this one isn't that bad. But there's literally a picture of the main dude from this band. There's a picture of the guy who's the main dude from that band getting a blowjob while shooting up heroin. They're like one of the craziest bands ever. Song titles. I'm just trying to look at the list of song titles. I just want to fucking... Dude, come on. I lit your baby on fire. Sweatshops are cool. I ate your horse. I made your kids get AIDS so you could watch it die. Into the Oven. Dictators are cool. Deadbeat dads are cool. Tim is gay. I sold your dog to a Chinese restaurant. I got an office job for the sole purpose of sexually harassing women. I'm telling you, this is probably one of the... They are beyond Gigi Allen, I think. Gigi Allen did a lot of crazy shit, you know, rubbing shit all over himself and throwing it in the audience. But his music was still... There was still, like, something he was trying to present through his music. And he actually does have some decent songs if you actually go through Gigi Allen's discography. Surprisingly enough, there are actually some alright songs on there. But, Anal See You Next Tuesday, I cannot say the same for.
List. Or should
Oh, you're talking about Mayhem? The Mayhem cover? We all know about that one.
I say a self-proclaimed propaganda?
I just need to talk about music more, I think, because I do have a lot of opinions on different music topics, but not even just the music itself, just specific stuff. I'm going to rewind this bit, but for anyone who doesn't know, there's an album for the cover of there's an album cover for the band Mayhem that was used in which one of the musicians in the band had committed suicide, and one of the other band members took a photo of them and then used that as the image. Insane stuff. And then, but don't worry, that guy eventually got murdered by the other band member. So, you know, all is right in the end, I guess. That story is one of the craziest ones, I think. That's a crazy band story. Yeah, I know. Gigi Allen, Jesus Christ Allen. I have a... Which album do I have? I have Gigi Allen and the Murder Junkies Terror in America tour. Is that what it is? Terror in America Live 1993? Yeah. Good stuff. A classic. I have it on vinyl. Yeah, it's a really well-known one. They made a movie about it not that long ago. I think it was on Netflix, about the Mayhem band.
Where everything took off for him. Funny enough, he wasn't really offering detailed analysis or long-form breakdowns of politics. He was just reacting to news in real time, getting angry, making jokes, and keeping his audience emotionally engaged. All under the premise of being some self-proclaimed journalist, or should I say a self-proclaimed propagandist.
As far as me being a propagandist goes, everyone is a propagandist.
We're going to throw a poll up, but I just want to see. Nothing yet, 12:30. Let's see.
I'm just honest about it.
A big part of his appeal was aesthetic. He looked the part, he sounded like the people watching him, and he said what they were already feeling. He came across as a relatable left-wing alternative to the mainstream, someone who wasn't bored or wasn't boring or wasn't even afraid to be blunt. So his following grew fast, a mix of progressives, socialists, and disillusioned young people. Not necessarily people looking for depth, but people looking for someone who gets it. Someone who sounds...
Oh, so Euronymous took the picture of Death. The guy who actually committed suicide, his name was Death. And part of it was apparently he had some kind of mental disorder where he actually did believe that he was dead. He thought that like his blood wasn't... He would go like sleep in graveyards and like stuff like that. But he eventually committed suicide. Then Euronymous took a picture of him, and what's the other guy's name? I don't remember what the other guy's name is. But then the other band member basically got it in his head that Euronymous was planning to kill him. So he was like, if Euronymous is going to try and kill me, I'm going to get him first. And then went to like a hotel he was at or something. And from what I remember, the story was like this. He kicked him in the chest, and then the dude like stumbled back and ran to the kitchen to go like get a knife. And so he pulled out his knife and started, like, he just killed him. again, crazy story. Trigger warning? Should I have said that before? Probably. My bad. But yes, that's the story of that. Yeah, Varg Vikernes, that's it. Varg Vikernes. Thank you.
Watching him, and he said what they were already feeling. He came across as a relatable left-wing alternative to the mainstream, someone who wasn't bored or wasn't boring or wasn't even afraid to be blunt. So his following grew fast, a mix of progressives, socialists, and disillusioned young people. Not necessarily people looking for depth, but people looking for someone who gets it. Someone who sounds like their side is finally winning. But once you understand how Hasan rose to prominence, it becomes clear why he was so effective, and it has very little to do with ideas. Hasan doesn't win arguments, he wins reactions.
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
His entire approach is built on emotional manipulation, outrage, sarcasm, mockery, and tribal language.
You stupid There's a reason why he's not on the platform!
Hasan, thank you for being angry so I don't have to be all the time.
He doesn't engage in thoughtful disagreement.
I have not read Please Kill Me. I'll add it to my reading list.
He frames issues in a way that makes...
I have not... Okay, I did hear... Okay, I need to get through this, but I keep stopping because I have heard about the bone fragment part, that he took that and made necklaces and gave them to people. I did not hear about the rumor about him eating the brain, though. That's pretty crazy. That's me when I'm capitalist. Got to use all of the parts, but sorry. Back to Hasan.
You stupid There's a reason why he's not on the platform!
Hasan, thank you for being angry so I don't have to be all the time.
He doesn't engage in thoughtful disagreement. He frames issues in a way that makes his audience feel like they're right without ever needing to prove it.
Do you think that is a misfire from a rocket? Because I've shown you the misfires from Hamas rockets. It does not look like that.
Throughout the years, it has been clear that anger has been his primary tool.
Apartheid defending, bloodthirsty, genocidal freak.
Please stop. You're not making any good arguments. No, the only reason why I'm not making any good arguments to you is...
Okay, I take it back. Hasan looks better depending on what type of look he's going for. Right here, he looks pretty good. This look is fucking atrocious. Oh my god. This looks terrible. This looks so bad. I'm sorry, Hasan. This looks... Oh my god. Just everything here is wrong. His hair looks greasy. The length is like... It's alright, but you could probably do a different styling at this length. You do the middle part when it's a little bit longer. But you could probably style it slightly different here. The glasses, the frames... If you're going to go with the big frames, you should probably go with a thicker lens. Just going to say that. I don't know. They add to the small head. You know what I mean? At the moment, they do. It looks more like a college commie here. He does. He does look like somebody that would talk to you about, like, Marxism, and you'd be like, go away. I'm trying to do a keg stand right now. Can you just shove off?
Is because you are transphobic, and that's the unfortunate reality, and it's probably not going to change.
Never reason or logic.
He looks like steroid John Lennon. Oh, that's a good... I mean, yeah. Also, why does Hasan, like, why does he wear coats and stuff inside? I understand layering's good. It looks, it's fashionable, but like, you're at home. Come on, relax a little bit. We know your shoes are off.
And that's the unfortunate reality, and it's probably not going to change.
Never reason or logic, not even evidence.
Or they're literally breaking records after records, not just participating. Wrong! You are wrong. You are making that up. You have read like 3 articles from like 3 random edge cases. You are wrong.
Just anger, loud, confident, and pretty constant.
My issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a Vosh at trans debates. I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay? There you go. Suck my dick. I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet.
Transphobia to misogyny to just general, like, visceral hatred, I guess.
You are fucking cancer, okay? You are
too old school, like 2014 YouTube insults. You are cancer.
Cancer in this community, and you're cancer in every community. Suck my dick. For the past 15 months, you've been able to fucking hide in these ranks. You catboy. Move your catboy ass out of here. You are never welcome. You are never going to be unbanned. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how much you want to get unbanned, I will never unban you. You are now banished into the fucking shadow realm.
Take his infamous quote.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
That wasn't some bold, nuanced critique of US foreign policy. It was just a blunt provocation designed to shock, offend, and stir up the exact kind of emotional response that fuels his brand. Or even his calls to kill your landlords.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers.
Is that Dan Saltman? Is my are my ears that good? Can I tell who it is talking?
Property owners who have properties there.
That's Dan Saltman for sure. Old friend of Hasan? Used to play Dungeons and Dragons together or something like that? I don't remember what the lore is.
Choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers.
Obviously exaggerated, but again, that's the point. This is why his content works so well in the algorithm. Emotion is so contagious. It spreads faster than facts. It's easier to process than complexity or humility. It gives people a sense of moral superiority without ever requiring them to wrestle with uncomfortable truths or competing perspectives.
This is when he was falling off. H3/Palestinian genocide brought his views back. Yeah. And I think that's why it's like, I don't think that Hasan wants it to continue, obviously. Like, I think that's like a very, I feel like that's very loaded to say that about Hasan, that he would want something so heinous to continue. But I do think that he cares about it a lot less and cares more about, his own financial gains in the moment rather than, what is the actual issue at hand that he's talking about.
It is really
Hasan's just lucky that they haven't tested him, because we can't say if he was losing money on it, he wouldn't talk about it, because he literally hasn't been banned for anything related to speaking on terrorism or just a myriad of things, right?
Really good to feel like you're on the right side, and feeding that together with a like-minded crowd, that's something else. That's the power of emotional manipulation, and Hasan uses it constantly. And I find it impressive how people are so blind to it, especially his own audience. This emotional framing goes hand in hand with another major pattern in Hasan Piker's content, the constant oversimplification.
Can anybody tell what accent he has? I'm like trying to nail it down. I'm usually all right at figuring out where accents are from. I cannot figure out where he's from.
Of complex issues. Almost everything he covers is reduced to a binary. There's always a clear victim and a clear oppressor. One side is entirely right and the other is entirely wrong. There's no middle ground. And of course,
I mean, he said that recently, right? That there is no gray area. That this is quite literally a black and white issue, which is just, when talking in terms of politics, in any respect, is laughable. To just say there's no gray. No, in any topic related to politics, economics, like philosophy, anything, they all require nuance, regardless of what the topic is. They all require at least some level of nuance. Maybe Dutch? Maybe. That's what I'm thinking is some kind of... it sounds European, but I can't tell what... it doesn't sound Scandinavian. Maybe New Zealand? Scottish, very subtle. I was thinking Scottish based on a few words, and maybe that's it. Maybe like he has a Scottish accent, lives somewhere else, and then has kind of lost his Scottish accent a bit. I was thinking maybe, but... Is this the Isles?
no nuance, no room for difficult questions or moral complexity.
Somewhere across
In fact,
the
you're not
aisles.
really supposed to ask questions because it threatens the shallow foundations the system is built on. One of the clearest and, for me, most disturbing examples of this was Hasan's response to the October 7th Hamas attacks on Israeli civilians. There were confirmed reports of rape and horrific brutal assaults during the massacre. And instead of acknowledging that with any kind of clarity or condemnation, Hasan said that it doesn't matter if rape happened.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much.
If you don't see this as problematic, you are part of the problem. Both Israel and Hamas are committing atrocities that are morally unacceptable in any shape or form. And if you can't acknowledge that, you need to take a back step and adjust your value of human life. Hasan's and his audience's perspective on this has been morally indefensible. But the reason...
Oh, shout out to H3 last week.
There was only 8
Madman on his channel. I think it's at Madman Make Stuff. At Madman Make Stuff. For H3 last week. Dating and Money gets a deep dive. Hasan doxes Hutch. And Dan wears a bandana. H3 last week.
hours, 35 minutes, and 55 seconds of
We're not gonna
H3
watch the full
show
thing.
on the
Shout
H3
out. Go check it out on your
channel
own.
this week.
Now.
Featuring just 2 H3 TV video VODs on demand. I'm Madman, and this is H3 Last Week. That's right, folks. H3 has decided to go back to the old podcast logo. It seems to be an overarching name for everything, with video VODs on demand, video on demand VOD, video VODs on demand,
VOD, H3 videos on demand.
We love Madman. Go check it out. Great stuff. I'm gonna go give it a full watch after this. Get that retention up. Look at that fly guy.
The reason he said it is clear. Condemning Hamas's acts would have...
Interesting title and thumbnail. My reputation is dirt. How do I fix it? Oh wait, here, I want to give the tutorial real quick. For anybody that makes YouTube content, this is a tutorial for you. How to get thumbnails the easiest way. Right click, view page source. Once you're viewing the page source, come on, load it up. You Control plus F, so it's Control F. Control F will allow you to search. It brings up the search feature. In the Control F search feature, you search MAXRES, Max Res. Max Res. When you search Max Res, it'll bring up a few different links, but usually this one will be the first one. And it'll give you the highest resolution version of the thumbnail that you can find. And you can just right click, save image as, save it to whatever location you need. There you go. Little tutorial for everybody. I didn't realize more people didn't know how to do that, Alex. So that's why I wanted to let everyone know. He's doing the blue steel. I got Max Riz. So true. This is an interesting title. Has his reputation gone too far? I guess we'll find out. He outs himself for something that we haven't even heard of yet. He has to get to it before the snark does.
Have disrupted the binary. It would have forced his audience to deal with the uncomfortable truth that atrocities can happen on both sides of a conflict. And that kind of complexity breaks the emotional narrative he's built on his platform. This is the danger of turning everything into a black and white moral story. You stop looking for the truth, and you stop thinking critically, and you start defending whatever fits the narrative, even if it means turning a blind eye to violence, abuse, or injustice. He calls his platform political commentary. It's not. It's pure indoctrination. When you have an audience, especially one made up of young, impressionable, and often disillusioned people, you have a responsibility. And that responsibility is to constantly try to seek the truth together, to try to stay open, and to try to be teachable. If you build your influence on moral certainty without humility, you're leading people toward a trap, and the ones who follow you will suffer for it. When emotion replaces thinking, and complex ideas get reduced to black and white morality, the natural result is tribalism, and Hasan has mastered it. Nearly every debate he engages in is framed as us versus them. There's always an enemy. Conservatives, liberals, landlords, centrists, radlibs, bootlickers, incels, you name it. And if you disagree with him, even slightly, you're not just wrong. You're morally corrupt and you get placed in one of these categories. This kind of language is actually quite clever because it dehumanizes the opposition. A system built on feelings has no room for sympathy or shame. So, if you convince your following that the enemy is completely morally bankrupt and out to get them, you remove
Ethan should out himself for things more often. Next episode title, I have a pimple on my ass. How do I fix this? I think that honestly would probably get a lot of clicks if we're just being real. Depending on the thumbnail. How much censoring can you do?
Any sense of humanity. Hasan has built more than a community. He has built an identity. If you watch him, then you're on his team. You're part of his tribe. And that means loyalty always comes before truth. One aspect...
If you're in my chat, we all live by the bonk. We live by the bonk. That's all I had to say.
Chad is right. Chad is right. I'm disabled.
I actually forgot what a lot of them are. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I know this one's a fart. What's this one?
Shut up, bitch!
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one right there.
Shut up, bitch!
Where I got called a cook online? Where I got called a cook?
Wait, one sec. And?
Wet ass P word.
Here we go. Live, laugh, bonk. So true. Okay, let's see if
that
we
has
can finish this up.
fascinated
We
me
got a
so
little bit of
much
time.
about Hasan's following is how they eagerly dismiss the blatant hypocrisy right in front of them. Hasan Piker is a self-proclaimed revolutionary, a man who preaches anti-capitalism and presents himself...
Can we talk about how funny this transition is? This image of him looking so like chadified. Like, again, I'm not saying Hasan's ugly. I'm not trying to... But then go from this...
A self-proclaimed revolutionary. A man who...
To this. He looks so dopey here. He looks actually so dopey. He literally looks like Dopey from Snow White. Like, quite literally.
Preaches anti-capitalism and presents himself as a voice for the working class. He regularly speaks out against billionaires, landlords, corporations, and the systems that uphold inequality, or supposed inequality. But this is not coming from a place of substance, and it's certainly not coming from someone who actually rejects the values of capitalism.
I need Keemstar's fast as fuck. That's so true. Thank you, Internet Tough Guy. That's the best thing you ever said. He wants to be a young Stalin so bad. I mean, yeah.
Place of substance, and it's certainly not coming from someone who actually rejects...
It's just funny because Hasan tries to play it as a joke.
It's the values of capitalism. Because Hasan is a perfect example of someone who benefits massively from the very system he claims to oppose.
But then he tries to like meme on it, and he talks about being a hedonist and all this stuff. When it's just like, it's dumb. It's dumb. How can you be a hedonistic socialist? That makes no sense at all. That quite literally makes no sense.
If I tell you I'm a vegan, but you catch me eating steak maybe 2 or 3 times a week, at some point, you're gonna stop taking me seriously. That's Hasan. He constantly rails against capitalism while living in a $3 million mansion in Los Angeles. He streams on Twitch, a platform owned by Amazon, one of the very corporations he claims to hate. He makes money through ad revenue, YouTube content, merch, and brand sponsorships. By every measure, he is a successful capitalist content creator. And somehow his audience is constantly defending it. One reason being because he donates to charity. As if this erases the contradiction. But what's really happening is this. He is playing with your emotions. He's making you feel good about what he is doing with his money. And he uses this to distract you from the fact that he is a capitalist preaching communism. You can't make this up. He critiques consumerism, but participates in influencer culture. He critiques power, but he lives in luxury. And when confronted on it, his personal justifications are always the same, that it's fine to exist in the system you are trying to change. But he is not just existing in the system, he is well above the 1% of the population of the world who is benefiting from the system. I was thinking of coming up with some kind of funny analogy around this, but being a champagne communist in itself is so ridiculously in-your-face hypocritical that I don't even need one. Now, the problem with this is not that he's just financially successful, it's the fact that his entire brand is built on the illusion of being something he clearly isn't. This alone really should make anyone question, is he actually a revolutionary? Or is he just some rich content creator who figured out how to monetize left-wing talking points and how to monetize people's emotions? The more that Hasan tries...
And I think that is probably one of the most interesting aspects of all of these conversations that we have with, about Hasan, and also in comment sections with different people. Because 99.99999% of the time, it's just pathos on pathos on pathos on pathos, just trying to use your emotions to sway your opinions. And anybody that's logical will see right through it. And obviously there are going to be those who are swayed by it. And it's easy to be swayed by it. I mean, like I was saying, I cried at Gary Come Home at 4 years old. You know what I mean? There's reasons that we feel things for people, but I don't know. It's all just so interesting. It is. It really is. Because I try and think about things logically. I do obviously care when someone brings up acts of violence or things that are, acts of destruction. They do hit me in the heart. But I can look past, how my heart feels to see, what is still the best outcome. Because, in a moment, your emotions might tell you to kill somebody who hurt your daughter, but then you won't be there for them when, there's other things that come up. So there's a give and a take. We've all got to work within.
To present himself as morally above the system he's profiting from, the more obvious it becomes that the entire brand is built on a performance. And if anything, I really hope his young viewers lose the rose-tinted glasses and realize how blatantly fake Hasan's views are, especially if he isn't practicing what he is preaching. I really want you guys to know that this...
Are you rocking the Esteban beard? It's just my natural facial hair. It comes with being Mexican. Half. But, it happens. No, I literally... It's coming in more and more every day. I'll go through a third puberty maybe. But, I grow a little bit of facial hair that connects here. But that's why I don't want to try and grow in the sides. Because I feel like it'll look weird if I just have a chin strap and a disconnected mustache. So that's why I don't do that.
The whole video is not here to attack Hasan or his character, but this is to try to educate anyone who watches him that it is important to constantly desire to seek truth and to know that you and your heroes could be wrong. I know I could be wrong every day, and that's why I approach everything with critical thinking and my own analysis. And this is why I also choose to live my life accountably to wise men around me. And thinking this way has personally also led me to Christ and Christianity. And this is why I believe it is important in life to approach everything critically. So this brings us back to the core of it all, what I am actually calling the Hasan Piker effect. Like I said before, When you build your entire audience on outrage and ideological purity, you eventually lose the ability to think freely. Hasan can't change his mind. He can't explore nuance. He can't question his own side because his audience doesn't fully follow him. They follow a version of him that fits their expectations.
Third puberty should get you the pirate software voice. I hope so. Hey, what's up, everybody? I've always sounded like this. People's voice change over time. Didn't you know?
This is the trap that Hasan has unfortunately found himself in. There have been moments where even his own community...
Yeah, I'll start taking a bunch of testosterone, go bald. Go bald but grow just for a beard. Literally still not gain any muscle mass, but just have a little bit of a denser beard and no hair. Lose my hairline. Couldn't do it. Almost to 1,000 subscribers. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Shout out Alex in the chat. Always reminding the people.
Turn on him, not because he betrayed some principle, but because he showed the slightest deviation from their approved narrative. Whether it was being a little too soft on a centrist guest, not going far enough in his criticism of Israel, or showing any hint of uncertainty. But in these moments, Hasan resorts to what he knows works: emotional outrage.
No, you dumb fucks. The entire point is humanizing these people. That's the whole point. Can all of you just collectively shut your stupid woke mouths up?
I don't think this will work forever.
Hasan calling other people woke is kind of crazy. Like, I get it. You know, some people go too far. But, I mean, come on, man. The pot calling the kettle black, am I right? I mean, what even is, like... I think saying woke as a leftist doesn't even make... Like, it kind of doesn't make any sense. Don't you want to be more woke? Because, like, if we're talking about it in, like, the actual, like, what woke started off meaning, if we want to, like, reclaim it in some way, being woke isn't necessarily bad. It's about people that are, I mean, honestly, woke has just become kind of a bad word for for people on the right. I don't even think most leftists take it as a bad word, so I don't know why Hasan is saying it there.
But
you're stupid. That's the whole point. Can all of you just collectively shut your...
Wait, how old are you, Captain? I'm 24. I had to think about it for a second.
Stupid woke mouths up.
I don't think this will work forever, but I guess we'll see. The irony here is brutal. Hasan has spent years building an...
We went live?
Elo's joined it with us.
Right on time today. Well, thank you so much for stopping in, everybody that stopped in. I really do appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And go check out this video if you want to see the ending. He's got a little bit towards the end. And go give it a like, too, on Pada. Shout out. But yeah, we are live. So I really do appreciate everybody that stopped in. We're going to be doing more streams. You know it. So yes, thank you so much. This has been it. And this is Captain Quasar signing off.